moving on to more advanced concepts in programming. Now, the thing of it is, before you develop software, you need to know what programming language are you going to use to develop what you want to develop. Now, when I say programming language, that is simply a special type of software system that we use to create software. So it takes software to create software. So these advanced programs, which were designed for creating other software, that is what we call a programming language. Okay. Now, of course, we'll learn more about that in the coming lectures. But what you need to know is, before you develop a program, you need to understand what kind of a program are you developing, and that will inform your choice of a programming language. Just like in other manufacturing industries, there are different tools you could use to produce a thing. Some tools are good, some tools and methods could be bad, or a tool could be good, but it may not be the ideal tool or the right tool for a particular problem you're trying to deal with. So let us move on and look at what should inform your programming language choice. All right. Now, it would help to first consider what challenges usually occur when we want to program. Imagine a situation where you write a computer program, it works good and all right, but later on when you want to update or upgrade it, maybe customers have been telling you, could you add a little feature that will make it work like this and like that, and then you go back to the code, and as you try to change one aspect of the code, you realize, oh, you have to change another thing. And then by changing that other thing, you realize another component has stopped working. So you wouldn't want a programming language that works like that, especially if you've developed software which may need frequent updates and upgrading. So there are usually challenges we encounter when we are developing a program. It could be maintenance challenges, the thing I'm just talking about, where you need to maintain your program, you need to upgrade it, you need to update it, and then, well, you find that there are so many problems you are running yourself into in trying to change one thing or the other. The other thing is the issue of portability. This program you are writing, will it be able to just work on one type, of a computer, and maybe it cannot run on another type of a computer which has a different architectural design? So in other words, how portable is the program? Do you intend to use it across different platforms, which of course is more attractive? You wouldn't want to write a program which is machine dependent. It just depends on a particular model. It means your customer base will really be very narrow. Not many people would love to use such a program. And again, when you're writing computer programs, the last thing you want is to use a language which is very difficult, to understand or to comprehend. Well, there is a myth out there that, computer programming is very difficult, it's very complicated. I don't believe that. Computer programming is really interesting. It's really a matter of how much interest do you have in it. But that doesn't mean all programming languages are simple. Others, require you to do so many things just in order for you to accomplish a simple thing. So I believe what you would choose is a language that is easy to maintain, that is would enable you to make programs which are portable, and a program which has a low level of complexity, because if something is very complicated, it will affect your productivity. You won't be able to achieve more, within a limited period of time. You'll be spending so much time on, how do I use this? How do I, so you would want to use a program that doesn't affect, your productivity. And by listing these challenges which we usually encounter, that leads me to say that's the reason why I would want you to learn Java, because Java is object-oriented. I know you are thinking, what does that term mean? Don't worry, we'll explain it. But in a nutshell, this Java enables you to create a program in form of modules where each particular package is self-contained, if I may use that term, so that when that time comes, when you want to do an update or an upgrade, you just concentrate on that one particular thing without affecting the other things. Okay, we'll learn more about features of object orientation, but again, it's ease of use. It's very easy to use. So, and I believe every student would love to use something that is easy to use. And it's also platform independent. The programs you write do not have to depend on a certain particular architecture, So, well, that's the reason. But let's just add a little more detail on this Java. Now, you can see I now have some picture there. Programming language, computer programming, it seems many times you find people just behind a screen full of text, what looks like complicated text. And well, this should excite us. At least we have a picture of that gentleman there. The gentleman you are seeing, his name is James Gosling. He is known as the father of Java. Okay, and he developed it, sometime in 1995. Well, that does not mean he was alone. You can try to look it up on Google. There were other people whom he was working with, but he is the pioneer. He's the one who gave a leading role. And one might wonder, what is this thing called Java? J-A-V-A. What do the letters stand for? Well, many times you would have some languages where letters stand for something, like there's a programming language which used to be called COBOL, Common Business Oriented Language, something like that. The letters mean something. Well, that's not the same with Java. There's another one called Fortran, Formula Translation. For Java, those letters are not an abbreviation, but it's actually a name on the map. Yes, on the geographical map. There is an island somewhere in Indonesia. The name is Java. Okay, you can look it up on Google Map if you would want to visit the place someday. But that place is known for having coffee, very good coffee. All right. And it seems James Gosling, I think he enjoyed his cup of coffee the time he was writing his computer programs. Yeah. And so the name Java was chosen by James Gosling while having a cup of coffee nearby his office. And that's the reason why the logo for the company Java, or the programming language Java, is actually a cup of coffee there. Okay. So now, I know we are eager to get started on programming, but before you can do anything, there are certain important things you need. And number one, you will need what is known as the Java Development Kit. We simply call it the JDK. This is the kit that has all the tools we need to be developing programs. And we can't use it alone as it is, because our work would be very difficult. Instead, we have an environment which is known as IntelliJ IDEA. And this is what is known as an integrated development environment. Okay, this is more like, Java is like you are given a computer in your office to use, and IntelliJ IDEA is like the office, which has different tools you may want. It has a stapler in case you've done a printout. It is an environment which has a few other features that that would make your work easier. So we'll be using Java Development Kit, but this Java needs to run on a platform in an environment which has different other tools which will make our work much easier. And so we call that IntelliJ IDEA. And there are these instructions you need to follow on how to download and install the Java Development Kit. I have provided the link there, and you may want to watch a video that will guide you through the installation. So there is step 1 there. You can follow those steps, and there is also step 2, which will guide you through how to download and install IntelliJ IDEA. Okay, so let me end here. I look forward to interacting more with you in this course, and I hope at the end of this course you will be a powerful Java programmer. All right, see you in the next episode.